guys, most of my videos are meant for homeowners. They're not meant for other contractors in the trade. But in this video, we're going to talk to both. We're going to talk to whether you're a homeowner in the market for a heating and air system and you need financing for that, or if you're an HVAC company needing a better way to offer financing to your customers, this video is for you. So first, let's talk about how existing financing companies work with a lot of heating and air contractors. Most of them offer 0% financing or some sort of options, different loan amounts and things like that. But almost all of them, even if they're offering 0% financing, are charging the contractor some sort of dealer fee. Maybe they call it a processing fee, maybe they call it a convenience fee, but the idea is still the same. They're charging the contractor to be able to offer financing to their customers. How do a lot of contractors handle that? How do you handle that? If you're a contractor and you're watching this, comment down below. Let me know. How do you normally handle that? I can tell you that a lot of them handle it by passing the fee on to their customers some way, somehow. Most of them do what the financing companies tell them to do, and that is build it into their pricing. And in other words, they're basically saying, raise your prices across the board to all consumers, even if they're paying cash. I've always had a problem with this. I've even had debates with other heating and air professionals and people in the financing sector, and even some of them have even laughed at me during webinars and classes like this. This has always been a concern for me. But again, they'll always say, well, Josh, it's just the cost of doing business. I do know that there are some heating and air companies. This is how we used to handle it at Griffin Air, and that was instead of raising our prices to all consumers, we would just pass that fee on to the consumer that needed the financing. So if you were paying cash, you got our lowest price, but if you needed financing and there was a dealer fee, unfortunately, that fee would get passed on to the person that needed the financing, requiring the fee. I've talked to some contractors and they'll say, look, I feel like I don't have a choice. I got to offer financing to my customers. Feel like I just don't even have a choice in the matter. I've got to figure it out somehow. I can't absorb the cost. I can't pay for it myself. So yes, it is the cost of doing business. I've got to pay for it somehow. What if there was another way? What if there was a way that you could offer financing completely separate from the heating and air company? So if you're the homeowner, you're not going through the heating and air company. And if you're the heating and air company, you can just forward those customers right to a separate place. You don't have to deal with the financing fees. You don't have to be browbeat by the financing company. I've even had some financing companies, they'll say, well, you haven't sold enough to meet our criteria, so we're either going to bump you entirely or bump you down a tier. So if you're the company, you don't even have to fool with any of that. It's all separate. And most importantly, the heating and air company is not having to pay for those dealer fees. They're not having to pass it on to you as the customer. They're not having to build it into their pricing, and it's all separate. What if there was also a way that separate entity was offering customers multiple options, including 0% options, credit cards, and even loans up to $100,000 for home projects? What if? Well, there is. At newhvacguide.com, we've partnered with several companies that can offer financing to anyone in the market for a loan for a new HVAC system or another home project. The process is easy. You go to our website, you scroll to the bottom, you click financing, and you're taken to a portal and can usually have approval within minutes. I know this feels like a commercial if you've sat through this. Maybe it kind of is. I'm tired of the way things are done. I'm tired of people saying, well, that's just how we do things. We have no other choice. We've got to do it this way. The financing companies are telling us to build it into our pricing. It's just the cost of doing business. I wanted a way to do away with all that. I feel like our industry is taken advantage of by a lot of people in the financing sector, and I wanted our consumers, whether they be your customer or they choose someone else, however they get there, but to be able to just do it way separate from the heating and air company and it be easy. So I feel like we've done that. Again, go to our website, scroll to the bottom, click financing. You just fill out some information and you get approval within minutes. I hope that helps. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next time.